This is Marvel, your universe.
What was there something about the characters that you made sure you had to bring in, you were sort of thinking about as you're developing this, that connect you guys to wanting to bring this to screen?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, one thing the first thing that comes to mind is Carolina's lights. That was something that we really consulted the comics on. And Christina Strain's coloring, the way she did it was so beautiful and like feminine, and you understood like why Carolina wasn't like terrified by it or like didn't think it was gross, because it was just like so compelling. And so how to figure out how to do that practically and with visual effects, and that there wasn't really anything to reference. It wasn't like, oh, it's just like this person's powers, so let's just do it like that. We really had to come up with a process that included her wearing, Ginny wearing a light suit, so that there was interactive light, you know, when we shot it, and then enhancing it with visual effects, and like, we sent that one back.
That one, that's a long process.
Of,
I mean, look, there's obviously a big Marvel universe. There's a lot of powers that have been put on screen.
Yes.
Nothing like Carolina, and so that required, you know, a lot of work to get there.
Yeah, and I think one of the joys of working on the show, and as you say, having been a fan of the comic, is every day or several days when you're sitting there, you're waiting, and actors suddenly appear in their outfits that you've identified from the comics, and maybe you wondered it probably wasn't going to translate. And then Nico especially suddenly is in front of you and you're like, oh my God, it's like, it's really happening. These iconic looks that were established in the book, and then when they show up in the real outfits as real living people, you're like, oh, this is so good.
A really talented guy who works at Marvel named Josh Shaw. He really oversees a lot of this stuff, all the visual stuff. He does a lot of drawing. So, you know,
Old Lace was, we worked with him a lot.
Yeah, Fistigons, the staff. All of that stuff went through a really rigorous process.
I was walking by my team, and our social coordinator, Alex, had up a design for Old Lace, and I was carrying my water, and I just stopped like, oh my God, it like caught me.
She's yet another strong female character.
Yeah, it was so great. All right.
And doing that as a mix of puppet and CG was also a conversation that we all had, and felt like it was a great way to have, you know, Gert not having to act with like a tennis ball. And it just helped really sell the bond between Old Lace and the other actors, and really helped bring that character alive. The puppet is so good. It's the team that did Jurassic Park. There's like 6 people operating every eye blink and nostril flare.
I really wondered, like, is this gonna get old after a while? Like the first day, everybody's freaking out. And then I thought, well, is everybody going to get used to this? And they never did. Every single time Old Lace would come onto the set, people were like, you know what's coming today? Well, we got the dinosaur day. Like, it's a dinosaur day. Like, the whole crew was crazy for that.